Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, we have here a brand new device from Samsung. It's called the S24 FE, and I'm sure all of y'all are probably already aware of this phone. But if not, let me share with you my first impressions and what I think this device is all about and who's it really for. Let's begin the video right away. Now first things first, again, this is a first impressions, not a full review. Now the moment I removed the phone from the box, my first impressions was, wow, this phone is actually way larger than before. And when I just checked back my previous video from almost a year ago, I found that the size has actually grown from 6.4 to 6.7, so it's way larger right now. But the cool thing is the weight has only increased by 4 grams. Imagine that. So Samsung has been doing some work to lighten down the entire phone, but they still got you a larger display. Now we'll talk about the display later on. Just in terms of the design, it looks exactly the same as the S23 FE, and you guys be the judge if this is a good or a bad thing. What I like here is that they've actually increased the protection front and back. So they're obviously glass, but it's actually Gorilla Glass Victus, so you have a bit more protection even on the back as well. Now, just in terms of the price, this is going for RM2999 here in Malaysia. The price I saw is the latest one on the website, so the price might change from time to time, so do check out Samsung's website to find the latest pricing. But we're going to evaluate this phone based on that 2999 price point. Right, so what's actually new with this S24 FE? Fan edition. Is this something that you would regard as a fan edition? Now first up, the box itself still contains only the Type-C cable. But what's new is, like I said, the display at the front is now larger, 6.7 inches. The maximum brightness has also been bumped up, so if you're using a phone a lot outdoors, you will definitely appreciate that on this display. But otherwise, it's still the same dynamic AMOLED display, so pretty good in terms of your viewing experience. Awesome display there. Now the second major improvement here is actually in terms of the chipset on board. Now we do not get the Snapdragon chipsets, guys, don't even think about it. So what we have here is the Exynos 2400E chipset, which is sort of like the S24 and S24 Plus chipset, but a little bit down-tuned, or you can think of it as slightly underclocked. So in terms of performance, you're actually still getting sort of like flagship level performance. Here's a very quick benchmark score, but personally, just using it on the daily, I don't think you will have any issues. Now the third thing that is actually new is actually in terms of the battery size. Now since we have a larger footprint over here, the battery size has increased to 4700 mAh. However, unfortunately, the charging speed is still the same, slow 25-watt charging, which does like 50% in half an hour. So I would say that the charging speed is, I don't know, if you are a Samsung user, you're pretty used to it by now. But of course, I did wish it was a little bit faster, but still good to see that we have that increase in battery size. So that's pretty much what's new on the S24 FE. Very similar package compared to last year, similar design, same kind of look, but what's improved is a slightly larger display, a more powerful chipset, and of course that slightly larger battery. Now last but not least, in terms of the cameras, guys, I have not forgotten about that. So for the cameras, I think it is sort of like carried over, because just in terms of the megapixel count, it's the same exact one as the S23 FE. Now I did take it outside and shoot a couple of pictures. Naturally the photos look quite, how should I put it, quite normal. Like it didn't really stand out in any way. Decent detail, the colors look quite natural, very accurate white balance. So it's sort of similar to the S23 FE, but I'll be doing more tests to come. And if you want to see the actual photos, guys, I'm actually uploading them to my Instagram threads. So if you do want to see more of these straight out of camera shots, do follow me on Instagram threads. Sorry for that shameless plug. Alright, so that's just my quick thoughts on the Galaxy S24 FE. I think if your budget is under 3000, today you have a ton of good options out there. One really strong option is the Xiaomi 14T Pro. I really enjoyed my experience with the cameras on there, and I think the performance there is also very solid. However, if you are someone who is used to Samsung's One UI and you want to play with those Galaxy AI features, you're familiar with the entire Samsung ecosystem, and you're just looking for a phone under 3K, but with performance that's similar to their flagship Galaxy S24s, well, I think the S24e might be something that you will want to consider. Now with that said, let me know your personal thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you for joining me on this very quick video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Do take care, stay safe, and bye bye.